Title: The Bridge Between Us. Part 1, The Edge of Midnight. Approx. 800 to 1,000 words. It was just past midnight on the Golden Gate Bridge. Fog blanketed the world in ghostly silence. Daniel Delaney, once a biotech mogul, stood at the edge, grief-stricken and hollow. 5 years had passed since he lost Amanda to cancer, and just 6 months ago, a delivery truck took away their 9-year-old son, Lucas. Now, the house was a museum of echoes, filled with toys and memories he couldn't bear. On that night, he wasn't looking for comfort, only an ending. But someone saw him. Olivia, a young trauma nurse, was driving home from a 12-hour shift. Something made her stop. She walked toward him quietly, not shouting, not lecturing, just asking, "Please talk to me." Daniel didn't jump. He turned back, said his name. She gave hers. And in that quiet, fog-wrapped night, a step away from death, something began. Not a healing, not yet, but a crack in the darkness. Part 2, Shadows in Marble Halls. Approx. 1,200 to 1,500 words. Daniel's mansion in Pacific Heights was silent, more like a mausoleum than a home. The walls remembered laughter, the pitter-patter of Lucas's feet, Amanda's melodic voice reading stories. Now they echoed only his steps and the ache inside him. He wandered every morning, touching photographs, toys, chairs Amanda once sat in, grief like a permanent ghost haunting every room. Meanwhile, across the city, Olivia's apartment was modest. She lived with her teenage sister Lily and worked double shifts to make ends meet. But the space was alive, scarred but resilient. She had cared for her cancer-stricken mother at 16, learned to carry pain and keep moving. She knew the ache behind Daniel's silence. A week after the bridge, Daniel texted her. Just a simple, "You saved me. Can I buy you coffee?" And so it began. Part 3, Echoes and Answers. Approx. 1,500 to 2,000 words. Daniel and Olivia met in parks, cafes, places without pressure. Their conversations were light, then heavy. Honest. Daniel spoke of rooms he couldn't enter, drawers he couldn't open. Olivia never interrupted. She didn't offer, "It'll get better." She offered presence. Daniel said, "People keep telling me to be grateful for what's left." Olivia answered, "You measure grief in echoes. Not what's left, but what's missing." Their wounds recognized each other. Their silences aligned. Daniel, once a man of control and wealth, found comfort in not being expected to be okay. Olivia never tried to fix him. She just showed up. And so did he. He began writing letters, to Amanda, to Lucas, to himself. Olivia never asked to read them. He showed her anyway. Part 4, Lavender and Garlic. Approx. 2,000 to 2,500 words. Daniel started visiting Olivia and Lily's apartment. He'd stand awkwardly at first, like a ghost unsure where to belong. But Lily's bluntness, Olivia's calm, the scent of lavender and pasta sauce, it made him stay. One evening, Daniel brought Amanda's old recipe journal. He hadn't opened it in years. She said garlic and butter could cure anything. He smiled. Olivia opened it gently. "Sounds like something my mom would have said." That night, Daniel stayed for dinner. And then another. And another. Not romance. Not yet. But trust, peace, and the startling comfort of being seen without explanation. Daniel began clearing rooms in his home. Not to erase Amanda and Lucas, but to breathe again. The silence softened. It no longer screamed. Olivia, in turn, found herself humming again while cooking. Lily joked they were becoming boring. Neither minded. Part 5, The Foundation of Something New. Approx. 2,200 to 2,500 words. Daniel returned to the foundation he and Amanda had started, dedicated to pediatric cancer. The building smelled the same. Memories hovered at every desk. But now, he was ready. He offered Olivia a role, not a charity gesture, but because she understood the mission better than anyone. She accepted, part-time at first. Together, they planned a new wing, Lucas's Light, for families going through the very darkness Daniel once thought he couldn't survive. People whispered, wondered about them, the billionaire and the nurse. But Olivia didn't fall for his wealth. She fell for the man who cried in her passenger seat, who learned to smile again not because he was saved, but because someone had stood by him when he couldn't save himself. And Daniel? He didn't fall for Olivia's strength. He fell for the quiet way she held space for his pain, and still let him see hers. In the end, love didn't arrive with fireworks. It came in slow, healing waves, in texts and teacups, in folded letters and late-night walks. They didn't fix each other. They didn't try. They just chose to walk forward, together. And sometimes, that's more than enough.